All right, I just ate massive shit. I took such a fall. Almost broke my camera, but today I wanted to discuss if anyone else feels like hate is on the rise, because I don't know if this is just because social media makes it easier to see or that people are genuinely becoming more hateful, but I've just been noticing a little bit more on social media, like people are getting pretty bold with like, gay people are disgusting, or calling for genocide against this race. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on here, right? So the kindling that sparked my little brain here was that I saw a post last night or a couple days ago, and it was some Christian influencer, Christian fitness kind of guy, and he made a post where he had like, it was on Instagram. He had like the based Chad face, like, off to the side, and then he had pride is a sin or something like that. And I mean, that's a pretty bold statement to make. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that most people in the comments were like, "Dude, I thought you were cool. I thought you were like what's going on here? This is kind of a bad take, right?" People didn't like it, and I think he deleted it. I think he pussied out and got rid of the post. But look, man, I mean, I'm not religious. I don't really know what the Bible says, but why are we still basing and why are we still basing our opinions off of something that is 2,000 years old, right? I would like to think that we've progressed as a society. We are more open to ideas and explanations for why people are gay or trans or whatever it is, and that we don't just call them these, like, you're a disgusting creature, Because, back when the Bible was written in Roman era, people were getting fucking stoned for being gay. You'd be executed, thrown off a building for that kind of thing. And that still happens today, very much so. But, nowadays, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it's kind of like, I mean, hormones are probably playing a factor, DNA, extra chromosomes, whatever. Like, things are causing people to be the way they are. This is not like the devil is possessing you. This is not like, someone was convinced to be gay. This is just how they are, right? And, I actually have quite a bit of experience with this. Not that I'm gay, but in high school and college, almost all of my friends were gay. I mean, more so in college, but like in high school, I had a great friend. He was gay. In college, I was in a fraternity, and basically every single one of my close friends in the fraternity were gay. And every time I would talk to them, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, this is just how I am. I'm not, I didn't like arrive at this conclusion. Like when I was 5 years old, I knew that I was gay. It's just how I am, right? There's nothing anyone can do to convince me otherwise. Just like how I've always known that I've been straight and I like girls, right? So I then hear that and I'm like, okay, then why is it that so many people, despite knowing that there's nothing this person can do about it, this is just how they are, they continue to bastardize and make fun of them and even like physically assault them and kill them? We generally say that it's bad to make fun of people with dwarfism, people that, they have their limbs are too short, or even like race and the skin color, right? People, like, there's nothing anyone did to deserve being, deserve is probably not the right word, but like they were just born black. They were born Hispanic. They were just born this way, right? And so just like being gay or being, maybe having like a mental disability, why would you make fun of someone for that, right? Like, well, because God says it's disgusting. Oh, okay. It's just, come on, man. This is so backwards, right? We have evolved beyond this. We are not the same primitive societies that we had even just 2,000 years ago when the Bible was written, or, even thousands of years ago in ancient times. We have moved beyond this, I would hope, right? And look, I'm not saying the Bible is bad by any means. There are absolutely good things about it, like, loving your neighbor, treating people with kindness. These are universal truths. I'm just saying I hesitate to accept everything at face value and not look at the cultural and historical differences between us back then and now, right? We've changed as a society, and I think it would be wise to maybe reevaluate, like, is this still accurate? Is this still something we should be abiding by, or should we maybe re-examine our thinking about it? That's all I'm saying. And I mean, there is one thing that I want to acknowledge, like, someone someone said this to me recently, this idea of like, don't be so open-minded that your brain falls out. And I guess what they mean by that is that there's a certain level that we shouldn't cross. There has to be a level where this is too much. We need to reel this back in. And I remember seeing a parade of, I think it was some sort of pride parade, and people had like dog collars on and like crawling on all fours. And I mean, there's like children around, and these people are like borderline naked. Like, okay, this is a little bit too much. It's just indecent. Like, do whatever you want inside in your own private home. I don't care about that. But I mean, like, when it comes to being in public and, you know, having some common decency, you know, don't being so depraved, like that I understand. And I would agree with the people that say, like, that's a little bit too much. But most people that are gay or trans or whatever, they just want to live a normal life. Like, just two guys living in their California beach home. They go on a walk in the morning holding hands. Who cares? I don't give a shit. Like, do whatever you want. And like, if I had a gay son and he said like, Dad, I'm gay, is that okay? I'm like, yes. That's kind of a dumb question, isn't it? Like, of course it's okay to be gay. And it's not just gay, it's anything that you feel like you differ from the status quo. It doesn't matter that you're different. It's just like, be yourself, man. And it sounds obvious to me because I understand that I benefit from being in, like, you know, the most privileged class you could be in, like a white straight man. But I just, like, I don't have any problems with anyone of any race or gender. Like, do whatever you want as long as it's not, you know, like I said, being depraved in some like public parade with your dog collar. Like that, come on, let's tone that down. But if you just want to live a normal life, do it. You know, don't let anyone tell you that you should, like, that you're disgusting because you're gay or whatever, right? I would just urge anyone, I mean, I don't think I think most of my audience is pretty accepting of gay people, but I know that there are a lot of people that follow influencers like this, you know, Christian guy I mentioned, and they just, like, hate gay people. They hate, like here's an example. A big YouTuber I mention a lot is Hamza. He's a self-improvement YouTuber. I'm sure most of you guys that watch my videos know him. He kind of has a tendency to, in his language, be like, if you're being weird, if you're being, you know, overly detailed, you're just being kind of a freak about something. He's like, stop being so autistic. Or like, that's retarded, right? And I just wonder, I really do wonder, if Hamza had a child that was autistic or had Down syndrome or something, would he really still be like, it's bad to be autistic? Like, he's not saying that directly, but it's kind of implied when you're like, it's weird. You're being kind of a freak with this. Like stop being so autistic. Go talk to that girl, right? That's the kind of stuff he says. And I'm like, if you had a child, you probably would not say that, because you would see that, like, they're just a normal person. They're different. They're not maybe your natural perception of what a strong masculine son looks like, because his brand is all about being an alpha male and all this. But, like, they're not weirdos. And my girlfriend, she's spent the last couple of summers volunteering at this camp that helps people, or helps children with trauma, mental disability, mental illness, this kind of stuff, right? And she has said to me many times that, like, they're just normal people. They're different. You know, these kids, if they have Asperger's or autism, they have sensory issues, they have different challenges, but they're not like, it's not like we should eradicate them. It's not like we should consider them as like these disgusting specimens that are inferior to normal straight people or normal people with no mental disabilities, right? They're still worthy of life. And I can't believe I have to say that. And this sounds obvious, but there are many parts of the world where this is objected to. And people say, like, this entire race of people should be deleted from the world. And, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on the matter. I'm pretty distant to it. But I remember seeing this nut job dude. I think he was an ex-aide to Obama. He was part of Obama's cabinet, I think. And he went up to this street vendor on the, I don't know where he was. It was like some Middle Eastern street vendor. And he was just going off on him about, like, the Palestinians are fucking awful. And he said something like, we need to kill even more Palestinian children. And I'm like, what? What is going on here? How do you form an opinion about this? Like, how do you get to that level of derangement? Like, I would like to think that dead children is a universally agreed upon bad thing. That is not something that should ever happen anywhere ever, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, anything, right? Yet there are clearly people that think that this is okay and this is acceptable, and it's incredible to me. And I just want to know if anyone else feels like this is happening more and they're noticing it more, because it's disturbing, man. This really does trouble me to see. I mean, that's really extreme, that example I just gave, but just seeing more little pokes and jabs about stuff, and people just kind of becoming less accepting of each other, because at the end of the day, man, we're all on the same team, right? Like, monkeys, who cares? Shrimp, whales, whatever. But we are all humans. We're on the same team. And when we degrade each other and rip apart each other for things that we can't even control, I can't control that I'm straight, Joe Schmo can't control that he's gay, right? And we make fun of each other for that. That just is a net negative for everyone, right? And please, like, have some compassion for your fellow man, fellow woman, whatever it is, and just be kind, all right? Just be a normal person. Be empathetic when you don't understand someone, because I think a lot of time this is just born out of ignorance. People just simply don't understand. But just have some compassion, man. Be a little bit kinder to someone, even if you don't really get why they are the way they are. Just cool your jets, all right? But anyways, I've been rambling quite a bit, so I want to wrap this up. Let me know your thoughts on this. I would like to think that I'm not the only one that has this opinion. So, I'll catch you later.